Opening statement.
Yeah, obviously a tale of two halves. I thought the first half they were clearly the better team. I thought we were disconnected offensively. I thought we had too much hero ball going on, over dribbling. I thought we weren't getting to our triggers quick enough, screening action. I thought we really stalled out on that end of the floor. Now, the good news is we didn't turn it over much. We did get to the free throw line a little bit. I thought I was disappointed in our inability to adjust to the rim protection. You know, if we'd have played another 5 minutes, they may have broke the jar record for most shot blocks against an Akron team. They're just pinning it on the glass. We just refused to play off 2 feet and shot fake, and we weren't very good fundamentally there. We got to work on that. Second half, I thought obviously we were more connected. I thought we screened better. The ball moved. Thought we played more unselfishly. I thought we played with more purpose. Thought we were harder to guard. Defensively, I thought that kept us in the game a little bit in the first half. We forced some turnovers, which was good. Thought we were active and had a lot of deflections. And then the second half, I thought our defense was really athletic and fast, and we got a lot of deflections, and we benefited offensively off of some of those turnovers and got some easier baskets due to those turnovers. So obviously thought Lyles was really good. Thought everybody contributed, obviously, that we played, but I thought Musime, Kamali, and Young's energy level and physicality and their motors just contagious, just changes the whole vibe in the gym. And credit to those two guys. Thought other guys made some physical plays. I thought Scott's vertical at the end of the game was a good step in the right direction. Thought Evan Mahaffey on the top of the 1-3-1 was active and created a lot of disruption there up top. So, we did some good things. We did some things not so well. So we got a chance to clean them up and get ready for another good game on Saturday where we play a good Princeton team. Questions?
Sophomore Sharon Young had a lot of energy off the bench coming in, picking up 94 feet, getting rebounds. How do you think his energy, as you know you just said it, but affected the team as a whole, especially in the second half in those last 7 minutes?
No, we feed off of Sharon. The guys in the locker room will tell you that. He's a winner. His high school coach was here tonight, who's also a winner, did a great job with him, Dave Tallman. He's got a great family. He's just tough dude, man. Dude's won 3 state championships, a MAC tournament championship, a regular season MAC championship. He just knows how to win. And that's what he cares about, winning. Doesn't care about anything else other than winning and the value that he adds and the impact that he can make on winning. So a lot of people could take a page out of his book because he plays with a clear mind a lot and a clean, unselfish heart that's just focused on winning and caring for his teammates. So he's a big part of, obviously, who we are and what we're about, and he was terrific tonight.
Coach, your team closed on a 28-10 run. And I was looking at the box score here. You scored 28 points off turnovers to their 4. Just speaking to your energy, just what did you see in that last stretch, and what was so different where you guys were able to pull away when at times it didn't look very pretty?
Yeah, I think just a sense of desperation in that group that played there. I thought we had a lot of athleticism and fast guys out there, good defenders. They got a lot of deflections. I think we finished, you have to look there, Michael, but I think it's probably, was it 16 block shots and steals combined? You know what it was? Yeah, we were pretty active.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we were active. My guess is, I don't have the deflection numbers yet, but they'll give them to me. We want to try to get 30-plus every night. Now, my guess is that's 16 just on block shots and steals, let alone tip passes or loose balls. I bet we had 40 maybe. I don't know. We'll see when I get the numbers. But I just thought we were super active and got our hands on a lot of balls, and obviously that led to some of those turnover points that you're talking about.
You guys committed just 13 total fouls in the game. Just talk about how you guys played a pretty clean game.
Yeah, obviously we say fouling negates hustle. We want to play hard and physical without fouling. That's important to us, and our guys did a good job of that.
John, with a lot of new faces, how beneficial do you think it is just to be able to go through, a game like this where you have to talk about being down 9 at halftime, you have to get it together, and obviously you guys have a history of being really good at home, but to protect your home floor when you're kind of facing some adversity with a lot of new faces.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Nate. I did tell him, I said, look, we don't protect anything here. We're not a retreat organization. We're an attack organization. We're aggressive. We attack. First half, I thought they did a lot of the attacking, Nate. We weren't quite as good. But the second half, I thought we were a little bit better. But, yeah, no question. I mean, to go through that, to come back from 9 down against a good opponent. I like their talent, their team, and Preston can really coach. I think they're going to be really good. I told them after the game, they reminded me a lot of last year when we brought in like 11 new guys that were pretty talented. We're just trying to figure it out. It's not track and field, man. You just can't say, well, Nate, you run the 100 meters and we'll add those points to our team score. And, Dylan, you do the high jump. And, Michael, you run the 200 and you run those individually and we'll total up your points. This isn't track and field. Like, there's 9 other guys out there playing with each of us and a ball. It's jazz. It's like a symphony orchestra working together. There's a connection in basketball that needs to take place, and that happens through reps and through experience. I like their team. They're talented. They got size. They've got depth. They got shooting. They've got playmaking. They've got rim protection. I mean, they're well coached. I think they're going to be really, really, really good. Anxious to follow them as they move forward.
Coach, with all the new players and losing a lot of players, was there any bit of learning curve or just a figuring out stage with the rotations and the substitutions?
I mentioned them having 11. We had that last year. We have 6. A little different. We have 10 guys who were played last year for us, for Akron, and that helps. It's not quite as much of a – now the schedule's ridiculous, like we know that, right? The coach out there, one of our players said to me, man, you're not playing around these first few weeks. And it is challenging, but we like that. It was challenging last year. I thought the reason we became who we became was because we went through all the muck of the non-conference and road and neutral and hard games and, had to figure it out, deal with adversity, and I thought it made us better. And I'm hoping certainly this challenging schedule will do the same.
You guys controlled the boards on second chances. You guys led 19-9. How big is that to get multiple possessions?
No, it's huge. It's like the turnovers that Michael mentioned. When you can win turnover points like that and you can be good on the offensive glass and steal possessions in both those areas, then you don't have to be quite as efficient as the other team in order to win because you got more possessions. And so that's big, when you can pound the offensive glass and create second chance opportunities, and then at the same time be, what was it, Michael, 28-4? Yeah, plus 24, that area, that's big. Those are what we call easy baskets. And they allow you to be successful maybe when you're not quite as efficient as we needed to be, especially in the first half.
Hey, Coach, you shot 31% in the first half and nearly 53% in the second half. What was that key to shooting so much better?
We shot 31% in the first half. Really, we shot that high? Wow. I thought we were awful. Just shot selection was bad, ball movement was bad, ball was sticky, triggers weren't good enough. Got our shots gloved at the rim. That was a terrible first half offensively. And give them credit. I mean, they blocked those shots and they sped us up a little bit, and they're athletic. And I just didn't think we attacked with much purpose. Second half, much more purpose, more togetherness, more connectedness. The kind of what we were talking about earlier.
John, you mentioned Amani Lyles earlier, but with him having a career high in points, tying a career high in block shots, just what are you most excited about, what he's worked on in the offseason, and, what did you kind of think about him, stepping in opening night as a starter for you?
Yeah, no, he's been great. He's had a week or two here in practice where he struggled a little bit with some shooting and some turnovers, but he cares. He watches film. He wants to correct it. He wants to be better. He's very appreciative of the opportunity that he has here. You want to talk about a guy that's a poster child for player development at the University of Akron. If you'd have saw what you did, but you didn't see the practices, him as a freshman and what he's doing now, it's like night and day. And he's earned it. There's been no shortcuts. He's earned it. He's appreciative. He has a humility about him, a work ethic about him. He's a good teammate. He cares about winning.
How big were your two senior guards and Shema and Tavari at the end of the game? They kind of both went to Motigo.
Yeah, Sharon, Tavari, and Shema. Those three guys are really good. I wouldn't trade them. I thought those three guys did a great job managing the game, and they didn't play perfect. They made some mistakes, but they've been there before, done that before, and they kind of have a stick-to-itiveness about them, and they just stay with it.
Coach, you have a pair of brothers on your team now. Evan is here from Ohio State, I think. How has that been through training, and how has he contributed to the team so far?
He's been great. Love Evan. Once again, a guy who cares about winning, cares about the right things. He's been well coached collegiately. He's been well coached in high school. His parents are great. He's just a little bit like Sharon in that regard. It makes a difference. So he's been really good. Tonight you look at it and you're like, he's 2 for 7 and 6 points, but 6 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. He's all over the place, making winning plays. And then Eric just continues to get better. Unfortunately for you guys, you didn't get to see him last year. He earned the right to start in the first scrimmage, and then he obviously had the MCL injury that took him out for the year. So you get a feel for his athleticism and the way he moves. And, sometimes you forget, like tonight was Eric Mahaffey's first college game. It's just like, wow. His upside's tremendous. Another guy that's an Akron guy from the qualities of cares about his teammates, cares about winning, works at it, good person. Like he's got a chance to be really good because of his talent combined with his character.
This is the third year of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. Just what is your overall take playing a few of these games?
I like it. Now, some people have different opinions on the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. The hardest part by far, and I talked to James Madison staff about this tonight, is when you're the road team in February, which is going to be us this year. Depending on who you draw, it's a jaunt now. It's not easy to get to. For them to get here, meaning to the MAC schools, and for us to get to the Sun Belt schools. It's a bear. It's not like, just fly up to Chicago. Your planes, trains, and automobile in it. That's the only part that's challenging. But other than that, I love it. We've played some really good teams. We've played Arkansas State in an overtime game last year. We won the Sun Belt. We played South Alabama here last year that won a great game here. They also tied to win the Sun Belt. We played James Madison 2 years ago on the road. They won 30-some games and won an NCAA tournament game and played on national television. This year we played James Madison, who's picked to win the Sun Belt. We played great games, great teams. I love it. Now, other people have different opinions on that, and that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
So with the brothers, obviously, Eric, you recruited here directly from high school. Did you recruit Evan while he was in high school before he committed to Ohio State, or not really?
Evan went to Penn State first.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And, Micah Shrewsbury, who's a really good coach, Brian Snow, those guys that were all on that staff, recruited him to Penn State. Evans played in the NCAA tournament on a really good Penn State team, and then obviously transferred to Ohio State and had success there as well. So, no, we didn't. We recruited Eric. You'd have to ask Evan, but I think part of it, a chance to play with his brother, a chance to be in a winning program with a great culture. These are just things you'd have to ask him. But I think his brother's experience last year that he had being a part of it, you have to ask him. But I think that was a big influence as well.
John, a couple of your new faces, Chabi and Cody, are they just banged up?
So Cody, as of right now, is redshirt, and Josh and Ty as well. We'll see where that goes. I told him, we'll keep an open mind there. There's been multiple guys in my career on other teams and our teams that, at some point in time, especially if it's early, might pull the red shirt if a guy has accelerated growth and development. I think all three of those guys are going to be really, really good. Chabi and Rich got to be ready to go. They just didn't play tonight. We played Chabi at Youngstown in the scrimmage, and they got to be ready to go because there's going to be times where we're going to need to go deeper at that spot and potentially play bigger.
The final question I have was Augie. Just what you think about him coming in? He's got professional experience, and now he's in the college game.
Yeah, he keeps getting better. A little bit like Eric, sometimes I have to take a step back and say, Eric's a freshman. Tonight was his first game. I have to do that with Augie sometimes, too. Like tonight he didn't tag on on a pick and roll, and I have to remember he's been here for just over 2 months. That's it. I mean, he missed the summer. He missed part of the first week of fall training camp. He's playing with 15 brand new guys. He's first time ever being in the United States. He's, there's an emotional component to the transition, a mental, spiritual, physical, system, tactical, and he's tried to, get all this in 2 months. And for that, I'm proud of him. He's getting better. Still has some things to work on, but all of us do. So, but yeah, I thought he played really well at Youngstown. Tonight he drew a lot of fouls early. Thought that was good. Made a few mistakes defensively. So did some of the other guys. We'll get him cleaned up. And he cares. He works really hard and wants to be good.
Anything else? We'll see you Saturday, Coach.
Thanks, guys.